el show para todos, para la comunidad, con la comunidad, de la comunidad. Muy bienvenidos. Hola, 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 buenos días, ¿cómo están todos? Hola, saludos aquí a la familia, a los amigos, a los que nos están siguiendo aquí en Amigos de Seattle Radio, el show de ni de aquí ni de allá, aquí su locutor José Manuel Vázquez. Mucho gusto, ¿cómo están? A ver si me permiten un momento, estamos aquí ajustándonos, se cambió la cabina, no sé si notan, ya no estamos de ese lado, ahora estamos acá. Pero aquí estamos aprendiendo todos juntos, ¿no? Pues bienvenidos al día de hoy y una disculpa por no estar presente las últimas, cuando ya son 2, 3 semanas, ¿no? Que no hemos estado aquí. Por razones personales, por conflictos del schedule, no se ha podido venir a la radio en vivo, pero ya estamos de regreso aquí, de nuevo aquí con los amigos, los que nos están siguiendo. Un gran saludo, gracias por seguirnos, gracias por apoyar. Y gracias por todo el cariño que nos están enseñando aquí en la comunidad. Pues como les digo, mi nombre es José Manuel Vázquez. Soy el locutor aquí del show de Ni de aquí, ni de allá, aquí en la estación de radio, Amigos de Seattle Radio. Muchas gracias aquí a los amigos de Seattle por ofrecer este espacio. También se cambió aquí el espacio porque están dando ahorita unos talleres. No sé si escucharon la vez pasada. Promovimos eso sobre los talleres para cómo usar una estación de radio. Talleres muy informativos, sí, estamos aprendiendo mucho ahí. Muchas gracias a los maestros, a los participantes y muchas gracias a todos los que nos siguen aquí en vivo. Pero a ver si me permiten un momento, estamos aquí actualizando el sistema. Ahora sí pueden ver todo aquí, todo el show, ¿no? Cómo lo estamos programando, cómo lo estamos haciendo. Pero sí, el día de hoy, miércoles 20 de julio, aquí en este bello día, que sí salió el sol el día de hoy, qué bonito día. Saludamos a todos, aquí denos un follow, denos un like en Amigos de Seattle Radio. Y el día de hoy tenemos un episodio muy especial, va a ser un poquito diferente porque grabamos una entrevista antes, no va a ser en vivo, pero queremos seguir manteniendo esa interacción en vivo. Entonces, si tienen preguntas, tienen comentarios, pónganlo ahí en el chat. Estamos en vivo en Facebook Live, en YouTube Live. Entonces, si están en Facebook, si están en YouTube, ahí pueden poner sus comentarios. Aquí yo puedo interactuar con ustedes y verlos. Pero el día de hoy tenemos aquí una entrevista muy especial. Fui a visitar a mis amigos Jake y Judy ahí de Nepantla Culture Arts Gallery, ahí en White Center, y fuimos a aprender sobre las actividades, los artistas que están promoviendo ahí, y un evento muy especial para la comunidad que se viene aquí muy pronto. Vamos a promoverlo al fin de este show, pero por el momento vamos a enseñar la entrevista. A ver, vamos a ver ahí si funciona nuestro stream de la entrevista pregrabada. Welcome everybody.
We need to get you one of those
I know.
interviewer mics. Here we are, live on the scene.
Yeah, I do need. Welcome everybody to the Ni de Aquí Ni de Allá show. Here I am with my two good friends, Jake and Judy from the Nepantla Culture Arts Gallery here in White Center, Washington, Seattle, Washington. How's it going, you two?
We're doing good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you for inviting me here to come in and do an on-site interview today here at the Nepantla Culture Arts Gallery.
No, why don't you have you to do a on-the-spot report?
On-the-spot report here. We're testing out new equipment. As you can tell, we have some mics here. Unfortunately, I only had two. Sorry about that. But sharing is caring, right?
We'll make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make it work. Well, thanks everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to give us a like, give us a follow. That's what they say, right?
Hit that subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button and then stay tuned for more shows. So here we are. We have some beautiful art here that we have for why don't you tell us a little about the current show that we have, Reproductive Arts Show.
Yeah. So every month we have a new exhibition at the Nepantla Cultural Arts Gallery, focused on marginalized communities and communities of color. And this month, we are doing our Reproductive Rights Now art exhibition, which opened up on July 2nd and will run through the 31st.
Cool.
And we've teamed up with Pro-Choice Washington for this exhibition. I think Judy can talk a little more about our that process of teaming up.
Yeah, so we had a Marilyn Lopez, who's an local artist and works with Pro-Choice Washington reach out to us about a collaboration. Um, they wanted to have a fundraiser, an art fundraiser for Pro-Choice Washington. And so we came up with this idea of an exhibition as well as an opening night with the fundraiser. It was very well received,
Nice.
and we were able to raise a lot of funds for them. So we are
Very cool.
humbled and very grateful.
No, that's very cool that you all are doing that for the not just for the community, right, but for a great cause, especially with what we're going through right now.
Yeah, and it's kind of like everyone's like, oh, sadly, it's a timely show, and that's true. And when Marilyn first kind of threw out the idea of a collaboration, this was before even kind of the leaked
Oh wow!
opinion paper.
So you were planning this way
Yeah.
before anything of that came out. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that it was kind of in the docket that it was something that was going to go to the Supreme Court, and I think that's why. But at the time, we didn't know it was going to be what it is now.
If you haven't had a chance, feel free to swing on by. You said it's on through July 31st.
Yeah, and the gallery is open from Thursday through Sundays from noon to 6. So yeah, we just hope folks can come in and check it out in person.
Yeah, come visit the beautiful neighborhood of White Center. We have definitely a lot of good restaurants, some cool bars around here. Great scene, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, why don't you tell me a little bit about the artists that you invited, or how do you do that process? How do you connect with local artists, or how do you bring that art to the community?
Yeah, so I mean, our exhibitions are true community art exhibitions. We just put out an artist call every month on social media, Facebook, Instagram, emails, and we just from the artists that submit their work, we at the end of the artist call we choose the artist from that. Artists get 100% of the sales. We don't take a gallery cut here.
Nice.
Yeah, so we just put out a new call with a new theme and just select those artists. And I think you can talk about just the artists that we're getting here and that are showing at the Nepantla, right?
Yeah, so we've had some big name artists, Alfredo Arreguin, who is amazing. His art is displayed in the Smithsonian. He's a local artist, but we also have, some local and young artists, kids from middle school and high school. They're submitting their art and photography, and their art is selling. So, it's great to see those young artists when they display and then their art sells. It's just like inspiring to them, and now they're, displaying every month, and they're continuing, they're spreading the word. So that, I think, is one of the highlights with as far as the artist calls go.
Yeah, and you'll see these big name artists that are showing in museums and galleries, and right next to an artist, it's their first time they've ever displayed in a gallery. So it feels great to be able to give those opportunities to folks in our community, because I think one of the things with our gallery is we are a multicultural, multi-use art space grounded in the Chicano Latinx art traditions, right? So we want to highlight the voices of artists that aren't always seen in traditional art spaces. We want the folks that are coming to Nepantla to feel recognized, to feel engaged, to feel welcome, and not have to explain their art, right? I think, I know for myself, my art is full of cultural triggers, right? You might, if you're outside our community, you might look at like one of my paintings like, oh, it's a girl with some pink thing behind her, right? Like it. Cool painting, whatever. But you're not going to understand, like, no, that's a concha, right? And the title of the painting is Don't Be So Conchas. And so it's just like a whole nother level, right? Maybe the Aztec symbols, maybe it's, just different cultural things that are in those paintings that a lot of people outside of the community don't get. And so when you're displaying that in the Nepantla, you're surrounded around folks that get that, right? And we don't have to explain ourselves. We're not othered in this space.
Yeah, no, and that's beautiful. I mean, yeah, I remember when you first opened the art gallery here. How many years ago was it?
So 3 years, yeah. So February 2019. So 3 years ago, 3.5 now. And I was actually just looking at a photo we did kind of a pre-show.
Yeah.
So like we weren't even open. We weren't even done with the renovation work. We just kind of wanted people to see the space, and we did like a little selfie. And you're in the photo, man.
Oh, that's
So
right.
you-
Yeah, we were right there in the middle, right?
So you were here from
day
pre-day one, man.
Pre-day one, day zero, right here. But no, I know you two stay pretty busy, right? Do new shows every month, right? Is it?
I think that's an understatement.
Yeah, so a new art exhibition every month.
Nice.
And this summer we've partnered with a lot of local folks and organizations, one of them being Seattle Art Museum. We have a partnership for their Summer at Sam. So we'll have free art workshops for the community hosted here during the month of July, every Saturday. And during the month of August, those same artists will provide the workshop at Olympic Sculpture Park.
Wow.
Also free to the community. So it's been a great partnership and a great way to bring Seattle Art Museum, to folks who may not be familiar with them, and then as well as share Nepantla with those who have not heard of us or have not visited us yet. It's a great way to just get that community support.
Yeah, and then on top of that, we're organizing the Lowrider Block Party for Saturday, August 27th.
Yeah.
So that in itself is a massive undertaking. And the first one went so amazingly well, and community just was so supportive and enjoyed themselves so much that they've been begging, like, you got to do it again. You got to do it again. And even though kind of the city funds didn't come through, this year like they did last year, it just seemed to be more funding kind of for things like that. We just like, screw it. We got to do it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
And it rhymes. But yeah, we got, looking for sponsors and things like that, and making sure that we're able to fund this block party that just the community needs, right?
Right on. Yeah. So tell me more. So Saturday, August 27th, what time to what time?
It'll be from 11 to 6. We'll be closing down 17th Avenue Southwest.
In between Delridge and Roxbury.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so we're still looking for sponsors, but we'll also be putting out a vendor call. So that'll be coming up here shortly.
Cool.
Those who want to share their arts and talents, we're inviting you all to come and be part of this really fun block party.
Yeah, so we'll help spread the word, share out the call for vendors, but also share the word with your friends and family. Come check out a cool. Let me see. There's gonna be lowriders. There's gonna be music. There's gonna be food. There's gonna be cool artists. Cool
DJs.
DJ. We're gonna
Entertainment.
We're gonna throw down in the block party, right? Nice.
Yeah. So we're really, really excited, and then on top of that, we in our 3 years have outgrown the Nepantla Cultural Arts Gallery. It worked great for us, especially, in the pandemic. But now that we're reopening, we're doing the workshops and things like that again. We just need more elbow room. Like
There's a community need.
Yeah, like it just seems like we can do about 25 people in here for a workshop.
Okay.
And that's even kind of like, towards the limit. But we have like another 25 people that want to and can't.
So you always have a waiting
So
list.
yeah, so we have to start, before we could just do, come for this workshop and we, have enough people. Now it's like we have to turn so many people away. We have to do kind of Eventbrite and kind of, you have to sign up and for your spot. And we don't want to have to keep turning people away. But we are the only Latinx-centered public art space in the Pacific Northwest. I mean, there's Latinx artists that have their own private galleries. There's, a gallery that, focuses on, Mexican artists. But there's nothing that is centered on us in the Pacific Northwest. So we need the massive Nepantla Cultural Arts Center. And what our ultimate dream is to have this space that includes not just the gallery, the gift shop, and a coffee shop, but a digital art space, a performance hall, affordable artist studios, maker space, where we can have a screen printing machine and community can come in and use for free, right? Like bring your t-shirts, bring the paint, and then you can use
So all hands-on people can come and learn a new skill, apply it.
yeah, be able to do, have a courtyard where we can do these kind of mercados and marketplaces and events and so that's the ultimate dream. And it's going faster than we even expected. We're like, oh, this is going to take forever, but we're like, wow, it's really falling into place.
Well, I think the community has shown the demand for it, right? And the need for it. We need something like that here, especially in White Center. That's a community that's constantly overlooked, where that unincorporated King County area and the funds aren't always there and overlooked.
We're Julie was saying, we're underfunded, underutilized, underrepresented. The only thing we're over is overlooked here in White Center.
Oh, yeah.
And,
story of our lives.
Right. And so a report also just came out through For Culture that was looking at arts funding in King County in 2021. And one of the graphs, broke down by race. And African Americans did very well. They make up 7% of the population. They were able to get 34% of the funding. Asian Americans did like close to their population, so they make up 15% of the population and got 16% of the funding.
Okay.
Now, Latinx artists and arts-led organizations make up 10% of the population in King County, and we got less than 2% of the funding.
Oh, wow. So a lot of room for growth.
Yes,
for the
and
county
so
too.
we're organizing now Nepantla, La Sala, and some of these organizations to come together and have a charla and just what can we do? How can we better support each other? How can we have a unified front and show this city and this county and this state that one, we exist, and that they can't ignore us any longer, and that our culture and our art is amazing and gorgeous, and we want to share it.
Yeah, no, that's so cool and so amazing that you are both living this dream, but also realizing that it's outgrown what it currently is, or at least the space we're in right now. Even though it's a beautiful space, it could be much bigger, right? So that's so cool and exciting that you two are embarking in this adventure and building something big for the community. I think we do desperately need it. We always hear from community, we always need more event space. We need more events, right? We need more art, more culture. That's one of the reasons why I started this show too, to promote stories from the community, from the Latinx community, the Chicano community, whatever you choose to identify yourself, The theme of the show, ni de aquí ni de allá, means neither from here nor from there. That's something that I grew up always living that duality. So I wanted to ask both of you, what does that mean to you in your own words? Ni de aquí ni de allá. How would you interpret that through your own lived experiences?
Yeah, well, for me, being a first-generation Mexican-American, I share a similar experience, right? I never felt like I'm Mexican enough, but I'm not American enough. So no soy ni de aquí ni de allá. I'm just from East LA, right? And even that, being from East LA and moving here to White Center in the 90s, I felt it again, because, White Center at that time was very different. It was... there was not the huge Latino population we have now. And so... We're
all down in South Park.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it was like I was so happy when I would go down there and see the panaderia because I was used to seeing this all around me, in the barrio I grew up. So again, I felt it in another sense. So for me, I think that's been the story of my life. I've always felt like I'm in that in-between. So having something like Nepantla or a space like this where kids were growing up with that feeling like I did can have somewhere where they do feel included. And it's okay to not be ni de aquí ni de allá, because now I feel like, hey, I've got the best of both worlds, right?
Exactly.
I'm a hybrid. We're hybrids. That's what we are. We're taking all the good stuff. We're making it better.
We're twice as good.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly the name of Nepantla. I mean, what it means. It's an Aztec word. Now what that means, the space in between.
Oh, look at that connection.
And so Gloria Anzaldúa, the famous Chicana scholar, kind of popularized that term in her book Borderlands, and this kind of idea of, not good at, this not good enough for Mexico. We're not Mexican enough for Mexico. We're not American enough for America. We're in this Nepantla state, and that Nepantla state can work with so many things. It can be, say, with queer identity, gender. It can be, a bunch of different things. And so I remember reading that, and like, yes, like I didn't know how to express that. I didn't know how to verbalize that, but that has how I felt. But also being biracial and having, my Italian American father, my Mexican American mother, and like, where do I fit in here as well? Like, I'm güerito, where I don't look like my Mexican side of the family. They're like dark, tall Mexicans, and I'm this like not so tall, blue eye, guy. And I was like, really, that's my cousin. I swear to God.
So like me and my little brother, Antonio.
Exactly.
For those of you that know Antonio, el güerito de la familia.
That's me.
So yeah, it was also trying to, where do I fit in? And I'm not here. I'm not there. I'm in that Nepantla state. And it was, so when we were coming up, but also with Nepantla, in that space is where you heal, you rejuvenate, you create. And I thought, oh my God, when we built this space, that's what we're trying to do here. This is that alternative space for the other, those that don't fit in, and but we're going to heal here. We're going to create here. We're going to come together and create something beautiful, and that's what we try to do.
That is beautiful. Do you mind if I borrow that? Because that's just like, that in-between space where we heal, that resonates a lot. And I hope it resonates with a lot of people that are watching here. That just to know that, like, you're right, growing up here in the 90s, there wasn't a lot of this. There wasn't a lot of representation. There wasn't a lot of leadership in our community. So it's great to start seeing things like this and so much stuff going on around the community. But it's about how do we promote that, right? How do we communicate that out? And there's so many different mediums, right? And as artists, I'm not very good at artists, but hopefully through this video content, it's my own medium to put that message out, to put that creativeness, that innovation out into the world, right?
You're a community builder.
Thank you. Yeah, we're all community. We're building community together here.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very exciting. But let's go back real quick and talk about the workshops with Sam, right? You were talking about that. Those are really exciting. Shout out to my partner, Teresa, Amano Seattle. She's going to be having a workshop here Saturday, July 16th.
July 9th.
This
9th. Sorry, wow. Oh, sorry. I messed up the date already.
Not all entirely your fault. There was a typo. So there is so the kickoff one will be July 9th, Saturday from 2 to 4 here at Nepantla. Teresa will be teaching the community how to make piñatas. July 14th, which is a Thursday, is Seattle Arts Museum kickoff party at Olympic Sculpture Park. We'll be there alongside Sam from 6 to 8 to let the community know what's going on. There'll be a free art workshop with Aileen Jimenez there. Nepantla will be there sharing more information about us.
Specifics.
And
Joseph Zulu will be performing.
Nice.
so music, food, dancing. That's
Lowriders.
Thursday.
They got a couple of
lowrider
cars. Yeah.
Nice,
We'll be promoting the lowrider event that day.
Nice.
And then the following week, so the following Saturday, another workshop here with Raquel Garcia. She'll be teaching us how to make nichos.
Oh, nice.
And the final Saturday of July, we'll be here with Aileen Jimenez, who will be doing a
Lionel cut block printing workshop.
Okay.
Yes.
What's that? Block printing?
Yeah, so it's almost like a stamp. Like you're kind of
The carving.
you're carving on this Lionel piece, and then and you make block prints. So you like press.
Nice.
And it's an amazing art form. Like you think of Posadas, right? That's what he was doing. It's a Mexican tradition. It's an art form that our gente have just perfected. And so it really ties in art, cultura, and this amazing tradition.
Nice. Very cool. But yeah, I also wanted to learn more about, so besides the beautiful art you have here, ever-changing art, right? This wall is always constantly
So first
changing.
Saturdays, we change out the shows first Saturdays of the month.
Nice, nice. But you also have your retail shop right here, right?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about this, because you can buy some really cool air fresheners for the car here. Your very own Nepantla air fresheners. Stuck.
Yeah,
Don't be
so
self-conscious.
our gift shop is ever growing. We really try and support local artists and artisans, as well as some from throughout other states, even some from Mexico. We really try and empower those creators and builders. We've got some local candle makers, Fingerprint. They're a local couple. They live in the neighborhood. We've got an ever-growing gift shop. So if you're an artist, an artisan who has something to sell, shoot us an email. I'm always looking for new vendors to help support the community, as well as people to teach workshops. We're always looking for folks who want to share their talents, their artistries with the community. That's a big part of Nepantla, is just giving back those free workshops to community.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And and with a gift shop, I mean, it's stuff you're not going to find anywhere else, right? Like, you're not going to find chingona shirts at Nordstrom's. You're not going to get your concha pillow at Macy's. Like, you can't go to Ikea and get a Jose Rodriguez III art print, So it really, it's unique, handmade gifts and apparel and jewelry that it's things I like, like it really, it's like, it's, things that I would shop for. It's things that, if I went to a mercado or I went to like a farmer's market type of place and I saw someone selling this stuff, it's the stuff I'd be like, oh, I gotta have that, right?
Every time I come, I can't leave without buying something. This shirt, I got it here, actually.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mi Vida.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, so, I was running the gift shop at first, and it was just, it's overwhelming. I was like, and Judy was gracious enough to step in, and I think she's done an amazing job curating the gift shop and making sure that not only do we have really cool stuff, but that, we're always getting new things in. So it's just like every week I have new things to promote. Like, here's the new item of the week. And so, yeah, it's going great. And it's, brings people in here, not, the exhibitions, the art. Like, we get folks, I think a lot of stores, they get, it's just that local traffic. But we really benefit from just being a destination place.
Oh, nice.
Where folks are coming from Olympia or Everett or,
Texas.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we get those people like out of state that will come here that, oh my God, I follow you on Instagram and we were coming up to Seattle. So we had to make sure that you were, on our list of things to do. I've literally had people say that like they've come here like from out of state for Nepantla. Wow. Like, I was just like, oh, great, you came to Seattle. Like, no, we came to Seattle for Nepantla. I was like, wow, I hope we didn't underwhelm you.
No. This is a cool place. And it reminds me, actually, when I met you down in LA, outside of the state.
Yeah.
Super random. I think you were doing a Dia de los Muertos art fair or pop-up market, also down in LA.
I think it was at Mariachi Plaza you were with Randy, right?
Yeah, with Randy, yeah, our good friend Randy. Yeah, we were visiting down in LA and ran into you, and you graciously invited us back to your place. And I remember seeing writing like in your living room, it was all decorated with Night Before Christmas, right? For Dia de los Muertos. I was like, that's dope.
Yeah, I geek out when it comes to decorating for the holidays, and it first started with, my kids were little and doing the Halloween villages and then the Christmas villages. And then, over the years, like your collection of decor just grows and grows and grows. And so, I have my, what I do here actually at Nepantla now is a window display. So during Halloween, I have a big, Halloween village in the window, and then Christmas is Christmas village. And then, usually during De los Huertos, for pretty much every October, we've done a De los Huertos exhibition. And
You do an altar?
So what we do is we do community ofrendas. So we have like 4 ofrendas in the front of the exhibition, and we invite, we'll do one of them, but we invite 3 other community organizations to host an ofrenda, and they put them together. And we've had some really beautiful ofrendas over the years. And we're hoping to expand that and, continue to, grow. We have some plans for De Los Huertos this year.
Yeah,
So.
so big news to come. But
Yeah.
aside from all that, it's also become like a family tradition, right? Jake is serious when it comes to decorating for
goes
the
all out.
holidays. He goes all out. And it's a family tradition now. We get all the kids together for Halloween. We all help decorate. We do it again for Christmas time. And so it's, even the kids now, some are older than others, young adults, and they're like, so when are we getting together?
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice that
So,
family
I
time.
will do, it's on the calendar. This is the day. It's, we start decorating for De Los Huertos on Halloween, the weekend after Mexican Independence Day. So try and calendar it there. But we bust out all the Halloween DVDs. We make cookies.
So it's a whole event.
It's a
Yeah,
whole family
like we
event.
decorate. Yeah, it's
Serious. So you got a little taste of it when you saw
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
yeah. Being a dad is part of my
Cool.
some of my favorite things.
Yeah, but to wrap it back up, when people come here, they also come here to meet Jake Prendez, the artist. He's amazing.
Yeah.
He shares his talents with not just the community, but the rest of the, community out like, nationwide. So to come here and meet him, and then when you shop here, not only are you supporting local artists, but local artists and artisans. To shop here, you're not just supporting our small business, but small businesses, because everything we carry here is from a small business, from a woman-owned business, someone who's making stuff in their basement or in their garage. And so we're really grateful for the support of the community and everyone that comes in here to visit.
Yeah, I've actually had people that come in here and they're like, "Oh my God, I love that guy's art. That guy's my favorite artist." And I'm like,
I'm that guy.
"That's me. I am that guy."
Hilarious. But I also know you both are really intentional about not just who you work with, but how you work with people, like helping artists both have a place to show their art, but also helping artists grow, right? I know we're in conversations about maybe doing a workshop on how to start your own business.
Yes.
If you're an artist and you want to take that to the next level and learn how to operate as a business, how to make your art, your creative side, make it your how do I explain it? Make your side hustle your main hustle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, how can we create more of those economic opportunities
Yeah.
within our community?
Yeah, I was, surprised with how many artists and vendors that didn't have a business license and things. And I remember it felt so daunting for me when I first got mine. And I was just, I don't know what to do. I come from worker bees, no one's owned a business. We were, migrant farm workers. We worked for people. And so I couldn't ask my dad, how do you go about getting this? But, and so I was just, I think, daunted by it and became kind of, kept putting it off and procrastinating. And then when I literally did it, I was like, wait, that was all I had to do?
It's just some paperwork, right?
Yeah, and it was like, why was I so scared of this? So we want to make sure that other artists, don't feel that same way and give them the tools that they can also, because there's a lot of, they want to vend at, fairs and things like that. And they'll say, yeah, you have to have a business license, right? And they can't do those shows. And so we want to make sure that they have all the opportunities and
Yeah, that's so cool.
do their hustle legit.
Yeah, for real. It's because our community already navigates so many barriers that, how can we remove one more?
Right.
Even though there's so many more out there, but I think that's what it's about, right? How can we share knowledge with each other, teach each other new skills, resources, just information, where to go ask for questions, where to go find help, where to go find resources. And that's something really cool. I'm really glad we're getting to partner on that and looking forward to doing more collaborations here for the community.
Yes, for sure. Thank you.
Yeah, let's see. Any last parting words you both want to share with our community, with our followers here, with our viewers?
Well, one, follow us on social media, Instagram and Facebook. It's Nepantla Cultural Arts.
Cool. We'll put down here on the video.
You know, and that way you're going to be able to stay connected. Like when we have all our shows, all our artist calls, our new products, and new events, and when we're, you know, promoting Lowrider Block Party or De Los Huertos events, and that you're going to be in the loop for all of that. So yeah, creating that and just, you know, supporting us on our journey and being there with us on our journey as we, you know, embark on this new path of, you know, creating the Nepantla Cultural Arts Center and creating this space for community, and hopefully folks, you know, are going to be involved in that, and they're, you know, because it's all about sharing, you know, talents and resources like you were talking about. Like maybe there's someone that's really down for Nepantla and they're an electrician and they're like, oh, you know what, I can really help with that. Or maybe it's a contractor, maybe it's someone that does you know, funding campaigns, or maybe it's some just artists are like, man, I would love an affordable artist studio, right? So yeah, we hope to work with folks and support each other and throughout this journey. And I'm sure there's ways that Nepantla is going to be able to give back as well before. I mean, definitely when the center is open, but you know, before, hopefully we, you know, we could be that source for other folks.
So is this an official call out for individuals who want to get involved, want to support, just get connected with Nepantla on social media and follow for more? And yes, people can just send you a message, right? And
yeah, and you know, our email is just nepantlaculturalarts@gmail.com. And yeah, there's a lot more information that's like probably within the next couple of weeks that's going to be coming out, like some architectural renderings and launching just the website and for the center itself. So it's going to be, you know, more out there soon.
Cool. Can't wait.
Yeah, and another way that they can help support is, you know, come to the Lowrider Block Party. There's, you know, not only will you be supporting local artists and artisans and local groups and dance groups, performers, but there'll be ways to donate to the center as well. And so that's one of the things we're utilizing that for, is a fundraiser.
Nice.
You know, everything that we receive, we are sharing back with the community. So if we thrive, you'll thrive. We can all thrive together.
Very cool. Well, I can't wait. Saturday, August 7th?
27th.
27th, sorry. Saturday, August 27th here on 17th, right across the street from Nepantla Culture Arts Gallery. Can't wait to see you all there. I'll be there. Hope to see all you there. And can't wait to see the Nepantla Culture Arts Center come to life. That's going to be exciting, right? A whole building for artists and creatives and community space and event space all wrapped up in one. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you both so much for coming on the show. Thank you all of you.
Wow. Hola, hola, ¿cómo están? Wow, what an incredible interview. I hope you all enjoyed that remote interview. It was pre-recorded, and then I was able to show it here live on the radio. I hope all that worked out all right. It's the first time I'm testing this out. I'm trying out the system, but I hope to do more of that. Come out to the community and record videos, record events. Coming up next week, we have some cool pre-recorded video. Also, we went to El Tianguis over there in Buren this past weekend, and I recorded some cool content, some cool interviews there from people. But also, before we wrap up today, I did want to emphasize again and share the Nepantla Lowrider Show that is coming up pretty soon. Saturday, August 27th. Free community event for everybody. Los invitamos a todos, a la familia, los amigos. Tráiganse a todos. We'll have art, we'll have food, we'll have vendors, and so much more entertainment. And best of all, some lowriders. We'll have some cool lowriders showcasing their hydraulics, their fly rides out there. So I can't wait to see everybody there. We're still looking for vendors. We're currently recruiting vendors. So if you have art. If you're an artist, if you're a local vendor and you want to participate, send us an email, send us a message, and we can get you connected there. But definitely come out and join us for some fun activities, some fun events this coming Saturday, August 27th from 12 to 6 p.m. They're across the street from the Nepantla Cultural Arts Gallery on 17th Avenue between Delridge Way and Roxbury Street. Ahí los veo todos. Pero por el día de hoy, eso fue todo. Aquí su amigo José Manuel Vázquez con el show de Ni de aquí ni de allá. Aquí en la estación de radio Amigos de Seattle, la estación de radio comunitaria de South Park y Georgetown. Un placer verlos a todos. Un saludo muy fuerte, un abrazo. Se cuidan todos. Bye.